I have received the hard copies today, but I received the soft copies yesterday in the evening.
Clerk of the Senate, what were our instructions to Trans Nzoia?
Mr. Chairman, the entity was supposed to submit the documents on or before 10th of June, 2025.
Was that yesterday?
No.
So on the part, so the OAG says they received some documents today and yesterday. What about on the part of the Senate?
We received the soft copies on the 11th, that's Wednesday, 11th June, and the hard copies today.
And are the hard copies the same as the soft copy in terms of content?
No, they have amended the one submitted today.
Governor, what do you have to say to that?
Mr. Chairman, I want to confirm that we submitted the documents as guided 7 days before appearance, which was on 10th. Maybe they were received on 11th. But of course, thereafter, if we get information that we think is relevant, I think we are allowed to remove the document. I don't think there is very, very major variance between what was initially submitted and what we submitted yesterday.
Governor, Parliament is a house of record, and this exercise is an exercise of evidence. We sit here as a quasi-court with the powers of the High Court with necessary amendments. And you would know, perhaps, that even if you took the laws of evidence, even if you didn't take them very strictly, but you cannot bring evidence before this committee on the day of a meeting. There is a reason why we require you to send the records to the Auditor General and to the Senate well in advance. The Auditor General does an analysis and advises this committee. The Clerk of the Senate sends the reports to the Parliamentary Budget Office, who are able to analyze and advise the committee. If that is not done in time, then this committee ends up being the auditors. We are not auditors. We are overseers. We take a pragmatic view of issues, and we take technical advice from the OAG. We take technical advice from the Parliamentary Budget Office. So I must correct your impression that it is okay to keep amending the document as you come across new information. Indeed, we should not even be asking for additional information outside the audit cycle. And that is why the focus of this meeting was on implementation of our recommendations. But in the case where the Auditor General tells us that they received documents in the morning and in the evening yesterday, that becomes untenable. So I will repeat this question again. OAG, under those circumstances, do you feel sufficiently armed to be able to prosecute and guide the committee today?
Thank you, Chairman. We received a soft copy through email to the officers on the ground. Yesterday, the Deputy Director yesterday in the evening also received an amended copy, an improved version of this document in the evening. So this morning is when he got his hard copy. The Deputy Director had already traveled from Kakamega, where we are stationed, to Nairobi. So, Chairman, we have not tested this record or this document given to us with the primary records within the county government. Chairman, it will be impossible for us to proceed in those circumstances.
Now, Governor, from where I sit, I believe you are the Governor of Trans Nzoia, because you have not been brought to the Senate for removal by impeachment, and have not heard of your resignation as Governor. You therefore take responsibility. Are you not seeing a problem with the situation we find ourselves in?
Chair, if the auditor has not looked at the responses, of course there must be a problem. Because then how is he going to guide if he has not looked at the report?
Do you see the problem being the auditor or the problem being your officers?
The problem emanates from my office, because if they did submit the documents on time, then of course the problem is in Kitale, not Kakamega.
Yeah, that's what we need to focus on, the administrative action that you must take. Because you have spent public resources to come here. These senators have dedicated time to be here. We were ready to proceed. I don't think we had any reservations about going on, because as I said, and I will repeat, that you are still the governor of Trans Nzoia, whether you're operating from an office in town or an office in the village. So we expect you to be accountable and to respond to the issues raised by the Auditor General. But if your officers cannot do the simple things, like sending responses to the Auditor General on time, then the problem is with you. The problem is not on any of the parties on this table. Now, honorable members, we had agreed that if it is confirmed that there was delayed submission of documents, then really there's nothing we can do at this point. Is there any other matter beyond that?
Governor, you know, we got very interesting news from the courts that you are not to access your